So we are back now to this drawing, and we want to think how to make this better, how to make this into the command better. So uh, at the beginning of the video, we said we wanted to have the player be completely decoupled from the logic of the commands. And if you look at this drawing, this is not the case. We have the player, and it has the commands make building and make cannon, and it knows about the logic. The logic is defined in player. And so what we said we would do is we would have executing loop over the commands and do something like command dot execute. And we didn't want to have anything to do with the logic of the command itself. We just wanted to call execute. Now, how do we do this? First, what we know is we will remove, we will not need those functions anymore. We will not need make cannon, so remove this, and make building, remove this. And we will also remove this string type, because what it does is check the string type and uh, then call make building or call make cannon. But uh, we will not do that anymore from the player class, so we don't really need the string type property in the command. So how do we get to the point where we call command.execute like this? First, we will redefine the command, and so the command will redefine it here. So the command will still have an int id, and it will still have int x, y. But now we will have this execute. We will have this execute in the command because we want to call command.execute. So we will have a void execute. So that is for this command. Now, where would we define the logic for make building and make cannon? We will make classes specifically for them. So we will have right here we will have building command, and we would have a cannon command. And we will have those b subtypes of this command. So this command is going to be the parent of those. They will inherit this command, and by the nature of inheritance they will get the id and they will get the xy, so there's no need to redefine them here. So they get the id and they get the xy, and so what will be different in them is the execute. In the build command we will call the functions related to making a building, and in the cannon command we will make the functions related to making the cannon. So we will have them override, they will override this with execute, and they will, the exact implementation will be um, in this in this function in the children of command. So this will uh, log started to make building, and it will simulate delay, and then it will log building done. And we will do the exact same thing in the command. So void execute, it will log started canon, and then delay, and then log canon done. So what will, so those build commands are now finished. They will get, they will inherit the ID and XY from the command, and they will override this execute function. So they are done, but what will be in this execute function in the parent command? What will be inside of here exactly? So this will be an abstract function with no definition. This will be abstract, and so why do we even need this if it has no definition? We will see. You need this to be able to call command dot execute. If we don't have this in here in defined in the command, we cannot do this. This will throw a compile time error. And so this is now done. And also we will make this command also abstract, because we will never instantiate a command. We will instantiate its children. So there's no need for it to not be abstract, because it will never be instantiated on its own. So that's done. We will now go back to the code and see how this is exactly done.